Okay, this is telling us that this session is going to be a turning point, I think. In
This
the
is a
campaign.
Kai dies.
Yeah, those rolls were actually just like the magic goddess Arcadia keeping Kai alive. But in any case, last time on Quarrels of Quadruin, we kind of recuperated a bit from the slightly intense T-Rex battle, and we're just on our way to Lowry's father's house. You'll have to remind me of his name.
Conroy.
Conroy, yes. And he, on the way, it started raining really hard, and we spent a while putting up. We put up one of our tents, and basically invented the world's first tarpaulin, didn't we?
Yeah.
And after that adventure, we arrived at Conroy's house, found out that he was kind of a whiz with machines. He knew a lot about elements and science and things that we could not comprehend in the slightest. And he went off with Lowry into another room. I'm not entirely sure what they talked about, but the rest of us had a very nice conversation about modrons and how conceivable it would be for Kai to just use spells over and over again to try and summon another modron.
Yeah, I can tell you that my and Conroy's conversation was significantly less what the fuckery.
Yeah, and then we went to then we had some food cooked in an actual oven. We ate and then we went to bed. During the night, however, some guards came and arrested Conroy, accusing him of the murder of his wife. We were getting ready for a fight. Lowry said, "Let's not fight." We didn't fight. They tried to tie us up. They didn't tie us up.
Well, they tied me up.
Yeah, but the rest of us were too good at making saving throws. And
they purposefully kind of let you guys go.
Yeah, and then they were just like, "Yeah, sure, we'll let you go free, and just follow us just like without your bindings." And yeah, we're now on our way to the capital of the country we are in, whose name I will look up now.
Made those channels for a reason.
Yep. So we're in Ethaynia.
Mm-hmm. Ethaynia, and if you look at the map, you'll see what the capital is.
Oh yeah, and the capital is ages away. The capital is like on the other side of the country from here.
So, bets on who gets assassinated on the way?
All of the guards by me.
This is how Kai dies in a blaze of glory.
Don't worry, I'm going to make the rest of you fugitives when I die.
I mean, to be fair, I kind of already am, so it's just going to be like another place on the list. So it's not going to be all that different.
And I mean, Gadget's a fugitive on any coastal city, and all honesty.
That's quite the life goal, just having the life goal of becoming a fugitive in every country on the continent.
I mean, hold on. I will say, to be fair, I might already be. I physically can't know if I'm a fugitive everywhere or not.
Very true, yeah.
Yeah.
No one knows.
But yeah,
surely not Gadget.
But yeah, we just left off. It's the middle of the night, and we're traveling.
Yeah, Gadget barely knows you're even a rogue at this point. He still thinks you're bard.
Yeah.
He just keeps hearing people accidentally refer to Nora, and it's just like, who the heck is Nora?
It's like, you humans got some weird nicknames.
No,
he's not even thinking in
James.
He's not even thinking in terms of nicknames. He's just thinking, well, in terms of humans, he's just thinking inlanders.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's why I prefer the sea. You take one name and you stick to it.
Yeah. The only name changes that happen out at sea are epithets. Hence Gadrin the Bloody.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, that was where we left off.
Yeah, with
Okay.
and Gadrin's
Alright,
meanwhile
yeah.
swearing up a storm as he's just magically bound and unceremoniously tossed in the back.
Yeah, and you're gagged as well, so no one can actually hear you swearing, but the implications are there.
Oh, this is new. I didn't realize they gagged me.
Oh yeah, okay, so with my new list of spells I can cast while bound, silenced, or without my ring in hand, I will, I suppose we get in the cart.
Yep.
I was already hoisted up on the wagon, ready to go.
Yeah.
So off we go to the capital then.
Yeah, so everyone has the cart, the horse. So right now there's a few individual horses for each of the guards, plus the one with the cart, which is where you guys are, being escorted by the captain of these guards.
I assume they're kind of like around us, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, it's all in a I can't remember what the actual formation is called, but it's just when it's surrounding. You know, like how there's like motorbikes around the.
Yeah, just your typical escort.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we have enough? Do we have kind of enough distance between us and them that we'd be able to talk without being heard, or
the captain has kind of joined you in the
Cart.
Yes, in the cart.
Okay.
At this point. And attached his own horse to the cart alongside alongside Nor's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
In order to make the wait a little better. So now there's currently 5 of you. No, not 5. There's 4 of you plus 1 in the front, and a few around you. So there's 3 surrounding you, and the captain's in the cart with you guys.
And
Okay.
I magically found muffled and quite upset.
Yes. So basically, the formation is that the captain and Lowry are on one side, Kai is on the other, Nora's in front, and right in the middle of the cart itself is Gadrom just
on the floor,
writhing around in anger.
Now, just so we have reference, to me, the wagon is kind of like the Skyrim wagon you start in, where there's like the little.
That's basically what I was thinking of. Yes.
Okay.
That's pretty much.
Oh, you finally
You're
win.
finally awake.
Across the border too, huh? Yeah, that's all you hear. A few minutes go by, and at this point, the sun is starting to rise. Friendly reminder: this was kind of in the middle of the night when they came in, and it's been a good few hours since you started. You notice the overall tree line is starting to look a bit more organized and less wild than before. The path becomes more obvious, more refined. Trees are in a proper line, spraying next to the road, instead of just a mess of vines and trees and flowers and mushrooms.
I'll turn to the captain. Is it far to the capital?
Under normal circumstances, yes. Yes, if you were going there just yourselves, it would take you at least a week from that house. Luckily, we have a few alternatives.
Teleportation magic, I guess.
Something along those lines, yes.
Well, I'll just glance around at the others. Suppose we can consider ourselves lucky to get to use teleportation twice in 2 days.
The guy just kind of kicks Gadron. Be quiet. Kicks you again. kicks you one more time, just for. Like, can you please shut up? Shut up.
Gadrin stopped screaming, but and were he able to turn his head, he'd be clearing holes in that guard.
Yeah. You can just sort of kind of shuffle your head a little bit, but your eyes don't go far enough to actually meet his own. And he is purposefully ignoring you.
Do you treat all your prisoners this way?
Only the ones who deserve it.
Oh, fair.
Wow. I see what it is.
Yeah, welcome to Ethayna, guys. I did say this is going to be a central theme of this campaign.
I can just blend in where it needs to be.
I know.
I ain't even gotta worry.
Yeah, next time we level up, I've decided I'm taking all to self.
Next time I level up, I'm getting 20 strength.
Right, you get the extra ASIs.
Mm-hmm.
A couple more hours passed since then. It's mainly silence. Guards are very fixated on their job. Comroy is on the back of one of the other guards' horses. He's also bound, but not gagged. He's staying quiet. He occasionally seems like he's going to turn around to look at you, and then immediately turns back.
Yeah, I'll just kind of keep quiet. How tired are we? Because did we get our long rest or not?
For mechanical purposes, yes. But
Okay.
Overall, you were woken up.
So we're tired, but we're not tired enough for exhaustion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're. It's like a parent who's been going to sleep and then woken up by the kids screaming about Christmas presents.
I can't say for experience.
But, I mean, I don't actually have kids of my own. I never woken up with kids, but I think so. My parents would probably tell me that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I was never that kind of kid because our Christmas presents were opened on Christmas Eve, and so Eve night,
Right.
and so Christmas morning was us just playing with ourselves.
Phrasing.
It occurred to me after I said it.
I mean, maybe once you were into your teenage years, perhaps, but
No.
Anyway, after a while, the forest definitely seems to clear out a bit, and instead you find a stone archway guarded by a few more Ethaynian knights wearing a similar armor.
This is the place, I suppose.
That it is. He jumps out the cart. He walks right up to some of the guards who are stationed at the archway. Pulls out a scroll from his back pocket. Unfurls it. And after a couple minutes of discussion that you can't quite hear, one of the main guards goes up to a stone, places his hand on it, mutters something in a language that only Lowry can understand. And eventually, through the archway, what used to be just the continuation of there's a ripple. And a large green circle just grows until it fills the entire archway. Captain climbs back into the cart. Well, as you can see, this is one of our many crossroads. Go through here. We enter right into Salserene.
I'll nod, and I'll just kind of look round at the others in a kind of, are we sure about this way?
It is too late now.
Is Gadrin face down or face up?
Face down.
Gadget just sort of grunts.
Tom, does it matter what he said, or was it just like a spell? Like, is it
it's just a spell.
Okay, so it's not something I need to know. Okay, nice.
No, it's basically on the it's basically the elvish equivalent of just putting it in an address in your GPS, basically.
Don't forget.
Okay.
Don't forget what.
I also know Elven.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so a language that Lowry and Jameson understand.
I know Sylvan.
Yeah, I'll let you
I'm
know
sure
if
you're
I
not
encounter
like-
Sylvan text.
That's like saying I know Swedish it's like saying I know German when listening to a Swedish person talk.
Although, I mean, I don't know, Sylvan and Elvish are, like, similar, I think.
in the same way that Swedish German is to normal German.
Oh, yeah,
In the same way that
or
Detroit
French
is
to
to regular
Italian.
English.
You didn't have to call it
It's
out
like
like that.
technically there's a lot of the same sounds and same words, but completely different like dialects.
Same
with-
sound, same
English
word,
and
different
Scottish,
language.
basically.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. I guess we'll just wait. But I don't really have a choice.
You go through, and what was forest is now clear skies and hundreds of elaborate, tall marble buildings.
That's certainly probably the best way to travel.
How does it compare? Like in terms of like majesty, how does it compare to prospects?
Well, Prospect is already very well done,
Mm.
very elaborately decorated to look as pretty as possible. But considering how its economy is centered entirely around one city, it looks nice, but it doesn't. But it still goes for a more subdued approach in certain areas. Like the houses
Right,
are not
yeah.
at all. Here, these houses, some of them are huge and bright. Some of them look straight up like actual trees themselves. The way they integrate so scenic. In terms of height alone, the scale of it, Prospects dwarfs in comparison to Salserene.
Okay. Yeah.
Basically, think Rivendell,
Yeah.
but less waterfalls and
Okay. Yeah.
more
That's
forest.
impression.
Flatter.
And more races.
I don't know, Reverend.
I mean, there's quite a bit of fucking racism.
There is, but there is a bit of a crossing of the bridge with the dwarves over time. That's where I'm not getting that kind of vibe from here.
Yeah, no, these guys are basically trying to kill the dwarves.
They are at war, after all.
Mm-hmm. Three-sided war.
The racists versus the short racists versus the thin racists. And all the sane people just hang out in the center.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the people up top aren't necessarily. They think everyone has a purpose and use.
It's just you're going to fulfill that purpose whether you like it or
Yeah.
not. It's like an education system. Anyway.
So yeah, I'll just kind of look around a bit, take it all in.
It's very impressive. You're
Yeah.
kind of astounded.
Okay.
Nice place you have here.
Thank you. I understand that this architecture is quite a few centuries ahead of what humans are capable of, but I suppose someday you might be able to replicate it.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I can't help but question, what's the need of architecture like this? What's the benefit?
Well, it looks nice.
Gadget grunts.
I'll kind of stay silent. Kai isn't wise, but he's wise enough to not kind of pass a comment on how vain the elves are seeming.
Okay. So you're going through these incredibly flooded streets filled to brim with several elves. Many of them, they sneer a little bit when they see a human on the back of one horse tied up. Some of them even have the audacity to throw a couple of tomatoes. There's one or two tomatoes that head towards you, Kai. And some of the...
Can I try and... I don't really have a... Can I try and slice them out of the air with my dagger?
Okay, yeah, sure. Make a dex check.
Okay.
Make a dex save, actually.
Wait, give me a sec. Still +3.
Be careful if the tomato's rotten.
8.
You try, but you miss, and you just get a tomato in the face. Just... And the guard, seeing this, actually grabs your wrist and slams it down back into the cart. Put that away immediately.
Tell them to stop what they're doing.
What they're doing is harmless. They're just throwing a few fruit.
So
the ones
Gadrin grunts again.
So some of the ones that were throwing tomato, now they're a little further back. They can actually see a half-orc tied up in the cart. Conroy got a couple of tomatoes. Kai got one. Gadron literally looks like he's made of soup by the time they're done with him.
Yeah, does any get in his mouth?
Well, it's all coming in from behind him, so no.
Okay.
But there are a few that will be dripping down his shorts later. Well, maybe not shorts, whatever he's wearing on the whatever kind of undergarments he's wearing.
I'd rather not say.
Next tomato that gets thrown fireballing out of the
air. Gadrin, knowing he can't exactly start a fight here in his condition, it just silently grunts.
So, when is this trial supposed to be taking place?
As soon as possible. Depending if the council is available today.
Will we need to know anything about your legal systems, or should we be fine?
Well, one thing you should know is since this is of the utmost importance, it will be supervised by the council itself. If you do not know who the council are, put it bluntly, they are the equivalent of kings. There are 5 of them, each holding an important post. What do we have so far? Tarala Cormrail. She's the one who's in charge of public relations, who keeps the people feeling safe and happy. Should there be any sort of celebration required, or if the people have a complaint, she is the one who addresses it. After that, we have Kieran Keyjon, head of the treasury. Quite the observant one. You'd be wise not to lie in front of him. And then we have the eldest member, head of the magic, Madame Zentha Darzana. She's been around since before former Stroke even joined the war.
I'll kind of look interested in that. Magic?
Yes. I don't expect she'll be sharing too much with you, though.
I might have some questions for anyone who is some kind of authority on magic. Questions that I can get answered back home.
After that, he kind of ignoring your question. After that, we have Camus Torsaran. He's the one who leads the army. Basically, he's my superior.
Yeah, Gadrin
You'll
sort
be
of
wise,
chuckles.
not his bad side. He kicks you again. What exactly is so funny? Very briefly undoes the gag.
Gadrin smiles and says, you're chief of combat. I've even heard his name a few times during my raids. It doesn't sound like someone I should be scared of.
He immediately immediately snaps his fingers and when you see him and know what he is capable of, his mastery over weapons and magic alike is not to be underestimated.
Yeah,
And he has-
Gatrin rolls his eyes.
And finally, the top of it all, the head of the council and queen of all Ethayna, Ian Omana. She is wise. She is young, though. But she is not easily fooled. She appears to have some sort of conscience about her that allows her to see things that not many other people can.
Well, sorry. Yes. Well, yeah. I'm somewhat aware of the council. Anyway, I do believe they were the ones who organized my parents. What's the word? It's not expulsion. When you're banned from being in a country,
Exile.
they kick you. Exile. That's the word. My parents' exile. Though I would ask,
That would
How-
not surprise me.
how has this become? Well, whatever this issue you seem to believe has occurred. How has this become such a big issue that you feel we need to meet not only the council but the entirety of the council?
That is for you to discuss with them. Unfortunately, in this regard, so all I can do is heed my orders and bring the accused to them.
Well, fair enough. I guess I can't complain. I'll just kind of sit quiet.
And where will we be staying until this trial?
You'll see in a moment.
I will still be able to take my horse to the stable, though. Like, right?
It will be provided for, yes. Do not worry.
Good.
After a while, you come across large gates made entirely out of emerald.
Damn.
And indeed, that's something you've noticed quite a bit. A lot of what the people are wearing, a lot of the decorations around the houses, there's a very large presence of emerald.
You can feel the
Seems to be-
pretension.
Yeah, it's clearly a jewel that holds a lot of significance to them.
Tom looked at my patch of gold in Firegate and decided to go one better.
No, it's not that the entire city's made out of it like in that one.
Yeah.
It's mainly marble. It's just there's a few bits of it sprung here and there, like at the top of a door frame, on a woman's ring or necklace, that sort of thing. Where you'd expect a fancy city like that to put it.
Yeah, no, you never visited it in the original, but there was actually you might have. There was a demon fortress made of gold in...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything's it was like Trump Tower on steroids.
Pretty much, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like a little bit of a Wizard of the Oz, you know? Follow the gold, yellow brick road,
Yeah,
but
it was fucking
gold.
disgusting.
I mean, this seems even more Wizard of Oz with Emerald City.
Yeah. I don't think we're in Prospects anymore.
Nice.
Uh,
The gates open, and you're brought through. And after a while, you enter a main courtyard. He orders all of you to get off, and all the other guards. One of them helps down Conroy. Two of them goes to the carriage and start dragging Gadron out before carrying him.
Oh, dear.
I'll sling the owlbear pelt back over the horse and just kind of go up to the side where my best guess they want us to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just follow, I think.
I got just hanging around.
A few stable boys come in and bring all the horses to where they need to be, including your horse, No. He goes, "Please follow me." Brings you through an iron door, down a few stone steps, And eventually you come across a series of small, not too uncomfortable looking prison cells.
You had us
Please
in the
keep in
first half,
mind,
not gonna lie.
please keep in mind, this is only temporary.
I should hope so.
The council meeting should be starting within about an hour.
I nod.
Yeah, it's only an hour. Is there surely not anywhere better we could wait?
Unfortunately, protocol insists that the accused and any of their affiliates must remain here until now. I will admit, you arriving is rather unexpected, so this is all we can really do for now.
Yeah, Gadget just sort of grunts.
I'll just nod. It's only for an hour, I suppose.
I mean, are the cells going to be locked or
Unfortunately, yes.
not
It's
quite
only
the
for an hour.
warm welcome I expected?
It's only for an hour. Please be patient. He guides you. Each of you get your own cell. He opens the gate and lets you guys in. He's a little rougher with Conroy as he kind of shoves him in without even removing the shackles.
And they just unceremoniously toss Gadget into a cell, I take it.
You got that bang on the money. It's just they just yeet him on. They don't even get you on the bed. You just hit the stone floor.
Yeah, Gadget just sort of sighs.
Luckily, thanks to your pretty tough natural skin and armor, and the fact you're still wearing armor, helps protect you from the impact. So no damage from that.
Yep. Yeah, that was why I had sigh instead of cry of pain.
Just no decency.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not even what he's complaining about. He's still a bit sore about all the tomatoes that were thrown at him. He doesn't even like tomatoes.
You're still leaking a bit of juice out of that, by the way.
He doesn't even like tomatoes.
I know, it's horrible. Eventually, so the guards leave. Lowry, you are still right next to. You were fortunate enough to be right next to your dad, in terms of cells. Now, all you guys have left is to just wait an hour.
Is there anyone else in the room with us?
No. From what you can gather, this is more of a temporary cell sort of thing rather than a full-on prison.
Question: Has the magical bindings on Quadruin worn off by now, or is he still?
Let me roll for that, actually.
Wait, me roll for that?
I'll roll.
Oh, okay.
Nope. They still stay on. That was a powerful spell they did.
Well, I guess that definitely proves that we don't want to get on their bad side.
I'll just turn to Lowry and just. Do you trust these people?
You could. I just heard these people.
Do you trust these people?
Oh. I don't know if trust is quite the right word. Elves. Wait, Tom. Sorry. Before I make a claim that may not be true, are elves relatively good at keeping their word? Do they have a certain kind of pride behind that kind of thing, or will they just lie?
From what you know about elves, from the stories parents have told you, they're a society that is built on dignity, and pureness.
That's
lying would be
against that.
Yes.
Okay.
So
nice.
they're not dishonest. They're very proud. They're very stuck up, for lack of a better term.
rough with people who look threatening, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, anyone who doesn't have their same sort of elegance and magical knowledge, they kind of just look through the nose to them.
Hmm.
The more brutish, the higher their nose is upturned. Basically,
So I don't know if trust is quite the right word here. I'd say we're definitely not going to get purposefully tricked or undercut, though.
That's good to
I mean,
know.
the elves are a very kind of proud race, and they'll definitely try to make this trial fair, though a matter of what they consider fair. Um,
Well,
I think that's the issue here.
I don't like the idea of being trapped here with no way to contact prospects.
Hmm.
Should things go badly?
I doubt they'll lock any of you up. I'm.
Yeah, Gadget. Yeah, Gadget. Says, I don't know.
by
They
the way,
seem pretty keen to lock me up.
Gadron.
Yeah?
The gag hasn't either.
The gag is. The gag is.
The
Still
gag has not fallen off either.
Yeah,
Fine language here.
Yeah, so Gadget voices.
I doubt they'll lock any of you up. I think you should be fine. You haven't really done anything wrong. Well, then again, none of us have.
If they don't keep to that, then I might do something wrong.
Oh yeah, one thing I should say is that elves, while they're proud, because of how proud they are, like being wrong.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, Larry, if you don't mind my asking, how long ago did your mother apparently pass?
At that
He
point, Conroy
died-
just looked up. It was a handful of weeks ago. It must have been right around the time that Larry arrived in Prospect.
I left
Oh,
probably a day
sorry.
or so after it happened, just to. I just needed to get away and clear my head. So it will have been
I
probably a
understand.
day or so longer than we've been together.
Do you know what actually happened to her? Or?
Illness. She'd been quite sick for a while, and I think it just finally got to her.
It's strange to me that they see that someone died and their immediate assumption is murder. That there's 1,000 ways someone can die without being deliberately killed by someone else.
Yeah,
Yes, that seems so odd to me. They must have some sort of reasoning. Maybe I don't know. I kind of turned to Connor, just like, did anything happen before we left this place that you think might have led them to believe you would eventually do something like this? Because it does seem kind of illogical. Tom?
Sorry, repeat that.
Sorry, I just said to Dad that I was wondering if anything had happened before they got exiled that may make them think that he would do something like that.
Besides some of the scornful faces they'd give us, no. Can't think of anything that we would have done.
Actually, that's a question I have. Why were you exiled? Was it simply for your relation with for being in a relationship, an elf and a non-elf?
That's essentially it.
I
The thing
see.
is, she herself was a high-ranking member of society, so she had quite the reputation.
I see.
We happened to come across each other one day, It was we were both medics. And well, it doesn't matter what race you are, you don't leave people harmed. And we
Yes,
came across during that profession. And well, we just kind of hit it off.
I see.
Hmm.
So to assume, I don't know, to assume you would murder someone you were, well, clearly in love with, it's absurd.
They are quite the purists, Salserenians.
Hmm.
They have this obsession of somehow magic is directly tied to their own lineages. A load of poppycock, I say. Like you yourself, Kyle, were your parents magical in any way?
No, my dad was a hunter. My mum, right? Can't get much more mundane than that.
There we go.
But well,
Lineage means nothing.
yes, and indeed the only other person I've met on this journey with talents similar to mine. Tom, can you remind me? Did Dragon Sorcerer Girl, who I forgot the name of, did she?
Hannah?
Were her parents magical in any way?
Her parents were satires, so your I'm trying to remember. No, they weren't.
Yeah, indeed. The only other person with my talents that I've met on this journey also had parents who were completely non-magical in every aspect. So I don't know.
Their
Well, it's
beliefs are
not like,
their beliefs are a load of poppycock.
yeah, unless we assume that only unless we assume that the laws of nature somehow change once you enter this country. Well, I think that, yeah, I think I would be inclined to agree.
Thank you for adding to
No.
the conversation,
I
guys.
have to say, part of me wishes you hadn't come. It was. I feel like it was an inevitability at some point.
That they would come after you.
Possibly. Even after we left, there was always this feeling of resentment. Yes, Rainier got quite a bit of ire, but from the rumors I heard, many suspected it was because I would somehow corrupted her.
Is there a reason you never came to Prospects? I'm sure you'd be accepted there as one of our own.
Well, truth be told, we started getting used to the quiet life. I have always been a bit of a recluse myself, you see.
I see.
Yes, I like to have a space to myself where I can test my inventions in peace.
Fair enough. Well, I'm sure you could have used some of the backwoods of Prospects for that. There
Possibly.
was quite a few forests around, but well, I think yes, it may have just been good to have some protection.
Yes, well,
Hmm.
I suppose.
Sorry.
I'm just not one for the city life.
Yes.
Question: is the gag that I have physical?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to bite down onto
magically
it.
summoned. It was magically summoned, but it is a physical gag.
I'm gonna try to bite down
Similar to
on
the
it.
chains around you.
Crunch.
So
You're going to what?
yeah, I wanted to try to bite into it to break it.
Make a teeth strength check.
Yeah.
Would that be Constitution to see if your teeth can survive that kind of?
Make a strength check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Has my Wi-Fi died? Oh no, it hasn't.
No, it's still there.
Which way have they rolled?
Well, I think I did it wrong.
12, so that's a 16.
Not bad, yeah.
So, yeah. So it does take quite a bit of struggling, but eventually you do hear the sound of like a rip as what was around your cheeks just kind of snaps.
Ah!
And what's left is basically just a bit of paper that is now just in your mouth.
What did they put in that thing?
Oh, get them. Good to have you back.
Thanks.
You're still on the floor, by the way.
I know I'm on the floor. Yeah, I'm aware that hasn't changed.
Because now you're capable of speaking your mind.
So, yeah, Mr. Conroy, if you're, should we manage to get out of this without them trying to kill you, I've been captaining the ship I've had for about 10 or more years. So, if you wanted to join my crew, you'd be more than welcome.
Well, I do appreciate the offer, Gadron, but I've been on a boat before. I get seasick quite easily. It's not really for me.
All right.
Besides, with the things I do, I worry that I may end up sinking it.
Fair enough. Okay, that's how you format it. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, I just penned that just for future reference. So.
Yeah, thanks for that. So, after a while, it passes. Conroy just say, I suppose if you're here, at least I do have a reliable defense.
And that is?
You can speak for me. I doubt they'd let me talk myself, being an accused.
We can certainly try.
Me, then I would probably just be arrested and executed. But now that you're here, there's a fighting chance.
I'm afraid that most of it will probably fall to you, Lowry. I can't speak for a man I met a day ago.
That's fair enough. I didn't entirely expect you to.
Well, but I will be here to vouch for your character and to vouch that you wouldn't lie, should it come to that.
Oh, well, thank you. I wonder how long we'll be waiting.
Well, if it really comes down to it, they can go and ask the City of Prospects what they think of us.
That's true. Someone who's done as much as we have, I doubt they can really ignore us.
What about Shady?
Now,
they could speak on. They could vouch for us.
That's true.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they say that there was some kind of manner that they found that she had died of unnatural means?
They mentioned that, yes.
I don't recall quite what they had said they had used to find that, but
yes, it was something. Yes, they must have had something tied to her. Maybe they have one for all of the population, so they can tell when anyone dies.
Did
It may just be a natural thing that elves have.
could be. But if that's the case, wouldn't there be some merit to what they said of not that your father did anything, but that there may have been some sort of foul play?
I don't know. Dying of unnatural means is Well, if that's the way they phrased it, that's dying in any way other than old age.
Well,
A disease, as Larry
got-
said. That's unnatural.
Well, Larry said she had become sick. You can become sick other than by natural means.
I suppose.
Though I can't imagine the way they said it. It sounded as if there was almost intent behind the illness, and I can't imagine anybody would want to kill my mother. She never really had any enemies or anything. She wasn't that kind of person. She never did anything that would
Maybe.
trigger.
Was there no
Maybe it's
kind
the
of?
open this city.
Was there any resentment? You said she was of high standing, and to marry someone that's not an elf and stuff sounded like quite the offense to these people.
That's what I think.
Possibly, but that seems kind of scummy for an elf. I don't know. I think it's more likely that they're just wrong, and that it's just that the illness somehow came across as unnatural to them.
That or
Maybe
they just hate that or they just hate Conroy in particular.
true.
Yes.
But
in any case, we're here now, and we can stand up for him.
When did the sickness start, Conroy?
It's well, to be honest, it was always there to a certain extent, but we knew ways to keep it subdued. It only started becoming a serious issue within the past few years or so.
So it was lifelong?
yes, to a degree.
Well, in that case, it seems even less likely that there was foul play involved. Maybe a seal breaking, whatever protection you'd placed over her, going awry.
Well, it did worsen quite badly. In fact, she'd never let it get her down, and she'd always been able to do whatever she wanted. It wasn't that severe, as far as I remember. But
She was strong. She was very good at holding it off. Just after a while.
I'm sorry about what happened.
it's fine. It's not your fault.
I wonder when they're gonna come to pick us up for the trial.
It's been a while. Though we may end up waiting till tomorrow morning. I don't know.
That's if they don't plan on leaving us to rot in here forever.
Well, yes, but you'd hope they don't intend on that.
About how much time has passed, by the way?
At this point, it's been about half an hour. You're about halfway through the waiting period.
Okay.
The reason Gadget asked is because 30 minutes felt like an hour to him, given his current situation.
Gatrin just perceives time twice as slowly.
He sees faster than everyone else. One of the absolute dumbest lines ever written into comics, and yet it became so commonplace. I fucking hate it.
I'm not familiar with what comic that's from.
Oh, just all kinds of just general like
Right.
Marvel and DC.
I see, right?
Oh dear.
See, fast.
During the olden times, at least. It's basically just a way of saying they have faster reflexes.
Yeah, in poetic terms, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna. I suppose I'll just get to waiting.
There's not much else Gadget can do, so he'll
Yeah.
just.
Yeah. And eventually, another half hour goes by in silence. All of you are contemplating what you can possibly say.
Yeah, Gadget's vocabulary is considerably more colorful than I assume anyone else's.
Yeah, I don't have a pen and paper on my character sheet, but Tom, could we say I have a pen and paper?
If you need to borrow some, I've got a
I've
journal here. I've
probably,
kept stuff in.
I've probably still got the. In fact, Conroy might still have the one that.
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay.
Conroy had some on him earlier when we were talking about the lift. You might still have that one.
Unfortunately, that was in his office now.
Ah.
Because remember, he just went downstairs just to check something.
Oh, yeah.
9.
No, there's unfortunately you look around, but there's nothing for you to write anything.
Okay. I'll just kind of say to anyone else, does anyone have some paper? I'd like to pass the time.
Gadget pauses for a bit, and then just says, "What do you think?"
Oh, look around at everyone.
The gag is there.
Is it also kind of ripped up and
Ripped
full of
up and-
spittle?
Yes, it's kind of
Yeah, maybe not.
And also, I can't exactly give it to anybody at the moment.
That's
That's several problems.
many issues.
Now, I have a
Even if
question
someone
here.
did have paper, what would they be able to do?
The cells that we're in, are they like bar in the front or bars all around?
Just bar in the front, like between you guys. It's stone.
If only I'd taken Mage Hand.
At the time, I'll take out my nice whiskey and drink a little bit here. And anyone else want some? Help steady your nerves before the big trial.
No.
I should be fine. I think I might need my nerves.
Would this be irresponsible?
For you,
I kind of like I'll peek over there towards. I don't know exactly where your cell is compared to mine. It can be our secret. Where is his cell compared to mine?
Tom?
Okay, I'm thinking.
Well,
And actually, while we're here, I'm gonna take out one of those. Do I still have those sweets that the Loxodon lady gave me ages ago on the?
the ones that needed more
I
salt.
think you said you finished your last one a little while.
Oh yeah.
If you hadn't, it would have been hard as fucking stone
Yeah.
by now.
Yeah, I've heard
It
of
says
Creeper Gadget.
I have 10 rations on me. I'm not sure what those are, but
Yeah, I think that's just general. I think
I'll
that's
probably-
what
Alright.
Postvax gave you before. You
yeah, I'll probably just like
I'm gonna use
take
it.
one of those out and just start eating.
I'm gonna use restroom real quick.
Keep-
Hold on.
As far as location goes, your cell is right Kai's. You're basically in between Kai and Gadra right now, and on the opposite side is there's Lowry and Conroy.
All right. I'll kind of. Is it enough that I can get the bottle through the bars?
Make a dexterity check.
A 10.
Kai, I imagine you're reaching for it?
Yeah.
Well, because he rolled a 10, I'm going to have to ask you to roll a dex check as well. Nor, you try to pass it through, just sort of around the wall. Kai, you reach for it, but while trying to grasp for it, you accidentally just kind of knock it out of his hands, and it just falls to the floor, and the contents slowly start spitting out.
Oh.
Hold on, wait. Think fast, think fast.
Am I able to pick the bottle up? Is it within range to pick up? I'd like to try and pick it up and then use my thumb to clog the actual end you'd pour from and tilt it so it won't be leaking anymore.
Meanwhile, can I try and make a lasso out of some of my 50 feet of rope and try and grab it back using that?
Roll survival for the lasso.
Okay.
Survival's wisdom, isn't it? God damn it.
I'm
Yeah.
back. What happened?
I'm
So
punching you right now.
am I able to reach it though?
You roll Dex. You roll a say sleight of hand for you, Jameson.
roll a 16.
You are
Sleight
able
of
to hit
hand?
that too.
Okay,
Yeah.
can I try and retrieve the bottle with it?
23, baby.
Yeah, you're able to just like you basically managed to catch it almost as soon as it falls. Like it's on the bottom, you're just like you reach it and then just plug it up. So
Okay, just cup your hands
now
through
I need
this.
you to roll a an attack roll with your Dex modifier.
Okay,
Wait, who?
I'm guessing I don't have proficiency with the rope.
No,
I'm guessing
so it's just a plus
just a plus
3. I
3.
think.
Yeah,
So what's happening?
9.
We're trying to save
The last
the
two
drink.
just goes just a little bit to the side.
Can I try again?
Spill
Just
it.
cup your hands. Just cup your hands.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll cut my
Sounds like an alcoholic who's like desperate, like I need.
This is a childhood. You're doing this for a minor.
Oh, just give me one of that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll cut my hands.
For the
Okay, yeah, I will gratefully drink.
Okay, quite a
And
bit
now
of it does end up falling through to the floor, unfortunately, but you are able to get a handful of drops. And now, did you drink anything earlier, Nor, as well?
I before I passed it, I did, but no, we woke up and we
Okay.
went straight here. So this is the first.
Right. Well, given how it's just like one swig and like a couple together with the con saves, because that's a bit too much.
Yeah, I wasn't. I don't know. If I'd got the full bottle, I probably would have drunk enough to get drunk.
Yeah, believe me, with the damaged bottle, it crossed my mind to just shotgun it.
Because
Upon a couple more seconds of thinking, it's like, well, maybe that's not the best idea.
Kai's 16, and if he gets his hands on alcohol, he is going to like have as much as he can.
I've spent long enough at school to know that is exactly what any teenager would do.
Okay, so
I never enjoyed alcohol.
Yeah, we determined this a while ago. I'm like the only person here who just really likes alcohol.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What about you, Rack? Do you like drinking?
No. I only just got to drinking age last year, and I've already made my peace with the fact that the idea of drinking rotten fruit juice is not for me.
Yeah, I'm basically in the same boat.
See, for me, the only ones that I cared about were the ones mixed with fruit juices, and that's because I love fruit juice.
Yeah, I don't mind like certain types of cocktail, I suppose.
Now, I will say those things that have like the syrup mixes added in, disgusting.
Oh, yeah. I actually kind of like those.
I see my
To me, they're too sweet.
Oh, that's why I like them. I absolutely love.
Oh yeah,
sweet
sweet alcohol is the best alcohol.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And here I am as basically the designated driver for any party I would theoretically go to.
I mean, under normal circumstances, that's what I am. Like, if I have a choice between a sweet alcoholic drink and a sweet non-alcoholic drink, I will choose the non-alcoholic drink every time.
Right.
Yeah. See, for me, given the choice, I'd take a nice sparkling grape juice any day of the week.
I'm actually not the biggest fan of grape juice.
Have you ever had like a sparkling grape juice?
No.
A million times better. And I'm not talking like an alcoholic wine or anything. It's just a sparkling juice. It's
Anyway, D&D.
Okay, so
Drink aside.
all right, I would like to perform a bit of a bottle surgery here, or I've got my worst drink and my nice one. So my worst one, I'm gonna have to kind of like pop the lid and dump it out, and then transfer between the bottles. I can't. I ain't shotgunning it. I'm not letting it go to waste.
All right. So, after a while, a guard comes in and says, "Please come with me. The trial will be commencing soon."
I could use a hand.
He snaps his fingers, and two more guards come in and just kind of slowly lift you up. He moves his fingers around a bit, and the chains are kind of shrink, so now your legs can move at least. Unfortunately, your entire upper body is still entirely binded.
I said a hand, not feet.
This will do for now, half-orc. Please come with us.
I just, I just roll my eyes at the pretension and follow him.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
So, you walk through a few hallways, come through a large door, and what appears to be a large courtroom is what is in this next room. A few benches, an upper floor where some visitors can oversee the trial. In front, 5 individuals. Lowry, you recognize them. You, at the very least, know quite a few faces. Some of the names escape you for now, but these are the same people that exiled your parents. Some look at you with more warm and welcoming faces. Others with scorn. And of course, right in the middle, with an absolutely perfectly neutral expression, with a radiance that blinds you all, Ayen Omana, Queen of Ethayna. As you enter, she stands and beckons everyone else to sit. Attention, one and all. Today, we accuse Conroy Ann, a human, yet a resident of Ethayna nonetheless, for the murder of one of our own, and his wife, Rainier Ann. Several boos can be heard. Boos and jeers.
Well, hello to you too.
A guard just kind of looks at you and goes, "Do not speak while the queen is speaking."
Gadrin shoots him a glare, but keeps his mouth shut, knowing that he can't reach his swords.
Yeah. And also, you do take another look at the queen, and you can tell that she does exude, despite her young figure, there is an authority about her that you can't seem to explain, because she doesn't look very strong, and yet something about her eyes just make you freeze.
Interesting.
She goes, "The trial will soon be beginning. Camus Torserin, please present the accusation." A more middle-aged looking high elf, male, stands up. This is the one who you remember, Lowry, as being the most aggressive when you were being exiled. He begins. "A few weeks ago, we were investigating our fountain of life. No, this life fountain is what lets us know the current health of all elves of Ethayna of high blood. We saw the light representing Rainier suddenly vanish. It's quite obvious what had happened. She had died. Now, Rainier was rather young. She had only just barely reached the early 200s. Now, she was a pure elf. She was not a half-breed. So her lifespan should span 800 at the very least. And yet, so soon after she was born, she was snuffed out. Clearly, something had happened to her. And the only person that was near her around that time was both her daughter, who, as we've heard, had made a visit to Prospax, as witnesses from the attack have told us, and her husband, Mr. Conroy Ann, a human. Therefore, we surmise that the only way was through murder.
Yeah, Quadruin. Question.
Sit down, Half-Walk. It is not your turn. Mr. Conroy Ann, how do you plea? Conroy looks up and says, not guilty. Camus seems quite aggravated. Until
I am fucking utterly confused by how like the like mental gymnastics they're doing to come to this conclusion.
I guess the figure as elves don't normally get sick or like die of illnesses. Like it's not like a. I don't know. Maybe they do.
Yeah, we'll see after.
I'm just yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'm just looking confused and kind of impressed at how flexible these people's minds are.
Yeah,
It takes a lot of skill to be that done.
Yeah, that much mental gymnastics needs a lot of skill.
so how does Conroy continue?
Conroy just says, it wasn't me. I know it sounds impossible, but I call my daughter Lowry to the stand.
I'll go up there.
Ayana beckons you and sits down, and so does Camus.
Ma'am, if you'll excuse me, but you surely must recall that when my mother and father left this place, my mother had already been stricken by somewhat of an illness. And it was not murder that killed her, but this illness. It's recently got a lot worse, and although I imagine this is relatively unusual for an elf, it did.
Camus scoffs at the sound of that. Absolutely preposterous. Elves do not just get sick. They do not fall for illnesses. When they're children, they may perhaps have a few minor colds, but they recover from. We are of magical blood. Mortal diseases do not concern us.
Tom, I've been like, I've had a decent education. Like, I've probably been taught a bit about elves. Do I know if this is bullshit?
Make a nature check.
Yeah,
Would it be nature? I'd think it'd be intelligence, but sure.
Gadrin is
Oh,
Gadrin is
no,
dead
that's
set on.
right, intelligence, yeah.
Gadrin's pretty
intelligence
dead
isn't
set on
bad.
the idea that this is bull.
Okay, 15.
From what you remember, it is true that diseases, high elves at least, don't really fall ill. Naturally, magical descendants, often attributed to them being direct descendants of Arcania, actually does protect them from most illnesses.
Right.
Well, from normal ones, at least.
But I'm just gonna kind of respond to this with, but ma'am, you know she was ill when she left. She'd been ill most of her life.
Actually, she had only started being ill soon.
Oh, your voice cut out that time. I didn't hear what
okay,
you
I was
said.
just saying she'd actually just started falling ill or a little bit after you'd left.
Ah, okay. Yeah, if we just say Conroy's just pointing to the house or something, because I didn't.
She was ill soon after we left.
Hmm.
She fought on for many years, all the way till Lowry reached adulthood quite easily.
Ah. Well,
you know very well that I loved her, and I would not have gone as far as I did to convince her to go with me if I did not love her this much. And I'm convinced she loved me the same. Again, several jeers.
Yeah. Gadrin takes a long look at at the guard, silently asking if it's his turn.
He just glowers at you. You get the feeling you might not get a turn.
So, Gadrin looks at the accuser and says, "Yeah, do elves normally take their own lives?"
Everyone just kind of looks at you in, like, kind of horror. And Conroy goes, if you're suggesting it's a suicide, I can tell you that was not the case.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if all that fancy family of yours tells you is that they died, then who's to say who killed them? Yeah, just because he's the only one around doesn't mean that she couldn't have killed him, or that she couldn't have killed herself.
Or indeed fallen prey to any other natural beasts. There's millions of dangers out there. I don't know how often you elves leave the city, but there's a million ways to die.
Well, before we start creating any speculation, which we can probably look, sorry, we still have her body. It's at our house. If you send someone to go and get her, you can see that there's no sort of wounds, or I doubt there'll be any signs of poison in whatever remains of her blood.
Well, he goes, well, obviously, the younger woman in the crowd who introduced herself as Tarala Cormrail says, well, that will not be necessary. Clearly the guards would have had their own investigation before that happened, surely.
Yeah, what investigation? They just showed up and took him.
We did not allow them in the house. They merely, well, they didn't actually ask, to be honest. They just tried to take my dad here. Then I and my friends demanded we come to, and that was the entirety of it. There was basically no investigation, Your Honor.
Camus starts laughing, goes, ridiculous! Do you think my men would possibly take out the shortest route possible just to... At this point, the two people raise their hands. The very old-looking and a younger-looking male elf with glasses in his hands and goes, soldier, did you write out any autopsy of the body? And the guard, right before he's about to speak, the old one snaps her fingers, and a very small, like, more controllable zone of truth appears around him. The other council members just kind of look at her, and she just goes, what? Just making sure? And he goes, so, did you write down anything interesting about the body? Any stab wounds? Any contusions around the neck? And the guard goes, no. There was... Well, there very well could have been, but... like, did you see any? No. Did you see the body? No. We did not enter the house. We were not ordered to. Our orders were to arrest anyone who may be involved and bring them in. The only one who could have been involved was Mr. Ann here, and that's what we did.
Gadrin looks at the accuser, and there you go.
At this point, the glassware one goes, Camus, I understand you have a particular prejudice to Mr. Ann here, but are you seriously telling me that you forgot, perhaps refused to tell your soldiers not to go through the most basic of procedures when discussing murder? Camus goes, well, at this point, IN stands up and just looks at Camus. And whereas her eyes look somewhat normal, now they are glowing green. Camus very sheepishly sits down and says nothing.
Who's going to need new pair of pants?
The guard just kind of elbows you.
Your Honor, may I request this man a new set of trousers?
Overruled. At this point, Iron goes, it is clear that this procedure has not gone to standards. As such, it is not possible that we can fully create any sort of verdict. However, it's still in the realm of possibility that Mr. Ann has done something.
I'm gonna like put my hand up, like trying to get a word in.
Yes.
If I may, I propose that maybe you should investigate your soldier here and just look at Chimus. It seems to me like he had a kind of prejudice against Mr. Ann, and he was trying to set him up without going through proper procedures. Perhaps he knew that if he did, he would find evidence contradictory to what he already believed.
Well,
Just goes. You better watch your tongue. I'll have you know that despite my known disliking of Mr. Ann, I would not purposefully set things up. I know these laws. I have been on this council longer than you have been born. Longer than your parents have been born, I imagine, as well.
I do not doubt that, but...
And how would one so easily forget?
Iron raised a hand. I sincerely doubt that Mr. Camus here purposefully tried to murder a man out of petty vengeance. However, it is possible that the same could not be said for one of his soldiers. We will have an investigation within the military as soon as possible. Is that understood, Camus?
I will sit down.
Camus just nods. Yes. Corruption is something that must be stopped. And goes, and as for the body, as we've proven, guards may not be the most effective. So I propose an idea. She immediately turns to all of you, especially you, Larry. Miss Anne, should you wish to possibly protect your father and reveal some truth into the matter, if you claim that somehow your mother had fallen ill, then I will ask you to retrieve the body and bring her to me. Then we shall conduct the proper inspections, and if we can find no trace of your father's involvement with her death, then he will be allowed, as will you. However, if you cannot bring the body back within time, or if we find any evidence of your father's involvement with her death, anything related to poison or wounds, he will be put to death.
Oh, thank you for this chance. It's an honor. And I'm most grateful. Yes, I would happily do this.
We must
What
proceed
time
as
frame? Sorry, what time frame are you proposing here?
she looks straight towards Zentha, the oldest member, and she very slowly gets out of her chair, hobbles towards you, and unfurls a scroll with a map of Ethayna. Where would you say that your house is, roughly?
Yeah, I'll point to the kind of the
Yeah,
where
the
it is.
general area.
Yeah, the east side of
Mhm.
Prospects.
Yes, that's it's quite a few miles from here. And she goes back, shows Iron where it is. And Iron goes, very well. I grant you 2 weeks. It should take you roughly 1 week to arrive at your house, and another to come back, as you are unable to use the teleportation channels. You have 2 weeks.
Thank you, ma'am.
Camus starts saying, you do realize that if you fail even in the slightest bit, and immediately just shouts, silence! And on top of her usual silky smooth voice, there's a growl as her eyes are glowing. And everyone falls completely silent, even you guys.
Yeah, Gadget. Yeah, Gadget. Yeah, is just sort of wide-eyed, just like, huh.
And she goes, you will have a day to rest. Unless you wish to go immediately.
I'll just look at Lowry. This is your choice.
If you all wouldn't mind, I'd like to go as soon as possible.
Yeah,
like it.
well, it's not like sweeping rough is anything new to us.
Well, I am aware of some of the hardships you've been dealt. Very well. Your 2 weeks begin. Your 2-week time limit begins the moment you exit the city. We will personally see you out, if that is all right.
That is fine. Thank you.
Gadget. Yeah, Gadget says, as long as I'm not, lugged around as cargo again.
Yeah, at this point, Kieran, the younger, the spectacle one. Yes, we apologize for this, but given the populace's usual fear of half-orcs, this was a necessary precaution. The moment you leave the city, the chains will be undone, and you will be able to move freely once again.
Gadget just shrugs. I'll go live with that.
He goes, well, shall we see you out?
That sounds good to me. Let's
Very well.
get going.
Lead the way. I shoot one last smirk at the accuser.
Camus just glowers at you. So, all 5 of them are accompanying you out of towards the gate, where
Can I ask just on the way? Yes, we were wondering about this, but we never got the chance to ask. Do all cases of murder in Ethayna get treated this seriously, with all 5 of the council making presence?
quite often, not always, but this was a special case.
Special in what way?
When they were exiled, it was done under the oath of. This was the compensation for protecting Conroy in the first.
I see.
in order to protect both Rainier's reputation and Conroy's life. This was part of a promise, a pact, if you will. If Rainier really was murdered, then that pact will have been broken. On top of the murder itself, then there would be simply no other punishment fitting.
I understand.
Gadrin, looks at this guy and says, I could think of a couple, more fitting punishments.
Not all of us were raised on the sea.
Gadrin just chuckles. No, you weren't. And he gives the guard a look. Although, to be quite frank, I don't know if you're equipped for that.
Damn. Gatron throwing shade.
Hey, give him a break. Okay, and so eventually you're walked out towards the gate where, sure enough, the same horse and carriage is waiting for you. Cart, not carriage.
Okay, and yeah, I suppose I'll get in it.
Yeah, and I as well. Yeah, Ah.
As you guys are all getting in, I'm going to ask all of you to roll perception checks
Okay.
Oh.
right now.
Hmm.
10.
4.
Perception is.
I just keep winding up in the middle of the road, huh?
Ooh.
Yo!
Larry's very good, nice. So
We're all just too distracted by the emeralds.
I'm just happy to see my
not
horse
that
again.
many. They're done subtly. It's not like fucking glaring at you in the face. Look at
Gadget's a
me.
bit preoccupied with his current torso situation.
Yeah, the only thing distracting me is I get to see my horse again, and I'm like, oh,
And Kai
You still haven't
needs
named him.
glasses.
You still
hey,
haven't.
a name will come when he's ready.
He's shown himself to be ready for a long time. You guys survived a T-Rex attack together. That should be enough.
That is true. But yeah, it is well established that the Kai's legally blind.
You guys all get on your usual spots. Sure enough, as you climb onto the cart, Gadron, the chains just kind of fall off you and dissipate into thin air.
Yeah, I give him a big stretch. Ah, much better.
Right at that moment, you see a few citizens just kind of back off, like very jumpy, seeing that.
Free.
I look
like,
at them. I look at them and just flex.
That's right. You can't contain these.
You see one somewhat older looking woman just kind of clutching her pearl necklace as she just scampers off. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, Gadget.
That's.
Just in the middle of the city.
I'll just turn to Gatrin. That's quite the presence you have.
Oh, what can I say?
Present.
What can I say? I've been sparring.
So the council goes, very well. We must attend to a few other duties. Hopefully, should it all go well, we will see.
Okay.
So did Lowry see anything like weird about this?
So, not yet.
Oh.
You guys get on, and you just head off. In the front, as usual, there's a Nor handling the horse. In the cart, there's Kai, Gadron, Arthur, Lowry. You guys are just
Wait,
rolling
Arthur.
along.
Arthur? What?
Is that the horse?
I hope not. The horse should be at the front of the wagon, not
Lowry,
in the wagon.
Lowry,
Old man is back.
as you put your hand down and look a bit back to the city, your vision is blurred by, yes, An old, hooded man. He's kind of smiling at you guys.
Just, what the fuck?
Who the hell are you?
You guys, no, you guys know him.
Yeah, we
Everyone
know.
except Gadron knows him.
He's old man, quirky old man.
Yeah, I know. I just think I would have forgotten him.
I'm out the wagon.
Yeah, Gadget.
Arthur, sorry. How did you get here?
Gadget looks over. Arthur, what the?
I just hitched a ride. I'm surprised you didn't see me get on.
Do you notice this guy?
He guys says to you, you're new. I can't say I've met you before. The name's Arthur. Puts a hand out.
I'm Gadrin. Yeah,
Gadron! Gadron, very nice to meet you. Yes. Ooh, very impressive biceps there, sir. Quite impressive indeed.
Yep.
It's quite somewhat similar to Pretavros. He had to leave. Did he have to leave?
Oh, yes, he ended up having to head back.
Yes. Return
Oh,
home.
yes, of course. I remember you told me about this last time we met. It was just in the middle of Westbrook.
Tom, was Westbrook Cult City?
Yes, Westbrook was Cult City. You met him like as he was leaving, like the session before.
Yes, that place.
Is that the place?
Did you notice anything odd about the locals there? I have to ask.
Well, I did try to warn you. They weren't. It's one of the reasons why I left so soon. Normally I spend at least a day, but there, barely.
Was that the logic cult place?
Manage an hour.
That was a logic cult, Catherine. It turns out all of those people were in fact a part of some kind of demon cult.
Yes.
No, correct me if I'm wrong. The last time we actually saw him was the one town where we freed a bunch of people, right?
That was
the logic.
No, not the one with like the divided city, but the one prior to that where the one dude died.
The logic cult.
No, that was where you.
We've met him twice so far, right?
That was where you. That was when he walked along with you, and then the second time was in the logic cult town, where he just appeared out of a bar in like a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Well, nice is relative,
But,
I suppose.
Well, I do have to ask, how the hell did you get here? We've taken 2 teleports to get from where we last saw you to here.
Well, I can go fairly quickly when I need to. These old legs have still got some energy in them.
Well, maybe you can give us your blessing, because we need to go quick now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll kind of drop my, like... my face will just go a bit darker. And I'll just look around at the rest of them. Do any of you feel like we've been set up to fail here?
Yeah.
2 weeks on a 2-week journey, not accounting for even the most minor of delays, not allowing us to use the teleportation technology they clearly have. They could go back there in an instant if they wanted.
Without looking back, because I don't want to look at the old man. Not to mention, they said that if there was proof of poisoning, that would automatically mean that
It was him.
he was guilty.
Indeed.
I suppose now you mention it, that is kind of suspicious. Though I don't know. I think if they wanted to set us up, they would have just had the guardsman lie or something. They would have.
Well,
there would be nothing we could have done if they just arrested us.
Well, that's when Kieran tried his damned hardest, didn't he?
There was Camus, actually, who did that.
Camus.
Kieran was actually pretty nice to you guys.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
He's the one who
Well,
called
apart
out.
from me-
That's when Camus.
No, the one who said
first.
no, it was Camus who was towards you. That he was like
Yeah.
the nice, nasty one.
Hmm.
It's kind
could
of
be-
always been like that. Lowry, you remember?
Hmm.
it could be a what was that?
That sound worried. Where exactly are you headed?
Back to the edge of Ethaynia, to, well, almost Prospects.
we're heading back to my family home.
Your family? Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. So you say you only got 2 weeks?
Yes, they gave us 2 weeks. They're not prepared to wait even a day longer, it seems. Which is what inclines me to say we've been set up to fail.
That is troubling. That is troubling indeed. Very, very troubling. Lowry?
Yes?
Without saying another word, he just kind of takes both his hands and places them on both sides of your temple. And you can feel just like a small jolt go straight through your brain as memories of your home just flash.
This man is low-key about to teleport us.
And he goes, yes, I see.
We've just stumbled across a god.
Okay.
You guys are just looking at this in confusion.
Yeah, you guys are just seeing Lowry, like, he's just currently holding Lowry's head, and Lowry's just kind of, like, going...
What are you doing? Leave her alone.
And then he puts, yes, I... No, just let me focus, Ah, yes, got it. Now, would you mind just stopping the horse for just a quick second?
Sure, I'll look at Nor.
You wouldn't mind. Just stopping the horse for a quick second.
Yeah, I slowly stop the horse. I still don't like this old man.
What's about to happen?
He takes out his old walking stick, puts it behind him, and taps the ground, goes, yes, this is... And he closes his eyes, lifts his stick high up, and just smacks it towards the ground.
I feel nothing but fear.
What did you do?
Gadget's just confused.
He lifts up a finger. Wait. For seems to be an awfully long time, nothing happens.
Gadget looks at Kai and
Is
Kai
something supposed to be happening?
Suddenly, you're just surrounded by this eruption of blue light.
Oh!
Then red light, then green, then yellow. You just a full rainbow of colors. And for a while, you guys, all you can see is just these colors surrounding you, and everyone is freaking out, especially the horse. and just almost as suddenly as it started, it stops. And you look around you. No more marble buildings. Just a small house with some smoke coming out of it.
Do I reckon?
Telescope-looking thing in front of a door. You're back at Lowry's old house.
Was this you? Did you do this?
He's gone.
Gadget.
I can't believe this man. Like,
what is he?
Gadget stares into the distance, just like, what the fuck?
I mean, I got weird vibes from him, but that's...
Yes.
This man is
That's quite something.
Oh my god.
Every time we encounter him, I think I like him less and less.
What do you mean? This man has just saved us a week's worth of travel. This task was originally seemed almost impossible. It's now going to be... I'm just going to kind of move towards the door and just kind of try and open it, I guess.
Hey, none of it makes sense.
Gadget just Gadget goes to the spot in the dirt where I assume the indent from his hard landing still is.
Yeah, it's still there.
It's
Is there some kind of check I can do to make sure this is real? Reality check?
No, he's actually just put us all in a coma.
Hey, I'm just saying I've played through some D&D games where there's been some really weird reality stuff.
You see a quick flash where you just see a vision of some sort of screen with a few circles filled with character faces. With a green circle in front of them. As people are talking about rolling. Okay, you don't actually see that.
That would be an interesting. That would be interesting to see.
Fuck.
As Gadget looks at the ground, he just slowly looks up at the sky and just says, "I don't understand."
Where are we? And what the hell is Orenthia?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I suppose that doubles our time to make the trip.
It certainly does, yeah. Oh my god, we need to thank this guy next time we find him.
I feel like that will not be the last we see of the man.
This is already becoming my favorite NPC of the entire campaign, and you've only known him for a grand, like not long at all.
Wow.
I'm loving this. Yeah. This is Gadron's introduction to him, by the way.
So Gadget's exposure to them has been, it's a crazy old man, and he has weird...
And he's a god.
This is also
Seriously
all
about
we know
magic.
about him. This is also our
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the first time he told us kind of like...
He talks about a few things.
He just told us he travels, doesn't he?
He travels, and he has a few children that work in the army.
Yeah.
That's all.
Did we ever find out what army they work in?
No.
He didn't say which.
Probably every army. My bet is he has children working in every army he calls the war.
I just don't trust him.
I'm nervously laughing, just like, shit, they've worked it out already.
We'll see.
Oh dear.
He actually created the world.
He is Neos. No, he is Vareed. He is the guy the Logic Cult worships.
Oh no.
He is the logic cult.
Alright,
Finally,
well,
a worthy opponent for Gadron.
I think we got a body we need to
We do.
transport now.
Yes, D&D.
Yeah. Can't wait.
I don't
So,
know
yeah.
of really all that respectful of a way to transport a body in a wagon like this.
Well, I suppose that's up to you, Larry.
Lowry, you know where it is.
So is the house unlocked? Can we get inside?
Yes.
Okay.
No one
we
really
didn't really
bothered
get a
to,
chance to lock
lock.
it, did we?
Yeah, no, you kind of just brought in straight away.
That's true. Okay, so yeah, we'll just head inside and immediately.
If it's not locked, I can deal. If it is locked, I can deal with the door.
If it's locked, Gadron can deal with the door, theoretically.
I think I can do the least damage to the door.
I don't know. We each have different methods for dealing with a locked door.
It's
Turning
unlocked. It's
the
not
handle.
locked. It is unlocked.
My method is it's usable after.
Well,
Yeah.
so is Lowry. She just knocks.
Lowry, knock.
Anyway.
Catherine, smash. Jameson, pick. Kai, fireball.
You can tell a lot about a person from the way they open doors.
Yeah, you just go full on Joe Cat. Guy, just fireball, just fireball, just fireball. Anyway,
I think you can
guys
tell
open
even
the
more
door?
about a person by whose door they're opening.
Everything is pretty much exactly as you left it.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of head over to the workshop. And I don't. I'll probably just kind of. How? I'm not very strong, am I? Let me just check this. I don't think I could lift this myself. No. Yeah, I'll just kind of, before we enter, just kind of go, okay, guys, I mean, you know what I'm going to say. Just try not to break anything, and please be.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
You know, yeah.
Gadrin nods.
Thanks. And then I'll just kind of open the door, and we can start walking in.
Sounds good.
And you go into a door and you go downstairs, and everything's still time. A few gizmos here and there, just
Oh no, I meant stop outside the lab door, the workshop door.
yeah. Well, there's still a few things there that are making those noises.
Oh yes, sorry.
It is a lab. There's still the same bottles bubbling with a few concoctions. And so at the end of the room, as you remember, Larry, but for the others, this is the first time seeing this. A long glass coffin.
Yeah.
With seems to have golden embroidery and railings within it. With a few gold handles as well, to make it somewhat easy to carry. And within that coffin is a tall, full blonde high elf. Beautiful and peaceful.
Yeah, Gadrin's gaze lingers on it for a little bit longer than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he looks at Lowry. Yeah, and then just sort of lightly hugs her.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing, I think.
Thank you. We should we should get going.
We should. No, yeah, just while we're here, Tom, there aren't any signs of, like, stabbing or foul play on the body, are there?
No.
Not visible? Okay.
There's nothing that can prove otherwise. It's just as if she just died peacefully in her sleep.
Okay.
Gadrin goes to the handles and gingerly picks up the coffin. Let me know if I'm being too rough for this. All right.
Thank you. I'm sure you'll do fine. You're
As
pretty...
you pick up one of the handles, seemingly automatically, you end up accidentally pressing a button on one of the handles, and just some wheels pop out the other side. Clearly, your dad's thought of everything.
Oh. Why am I surprised?
Well, that helps.
Yeah, Gadrin gently lifts it so that the wheels are touching the ground, and then guides the handle.
As you look a little closer within the coffin, you do notice a sort of energy around your mother within the coffin that you, Lara, recognize as sort of gravity sort of field that your father has been working on a handful of times. So no matter how much the coffin shakes, your mother will not be affected. As long as the glass does not break, you are fine.
Okay.
That was a very ominous way to put it.
I'm just saying, you don't have to worry too much about being rough.
Gadrin's still going to be as ginger as possible with it. He doesn't know how brittle the glass is compared to his beefy biceps.
Alright. So you gently sort of move it up the stairs. For this one, you do kind of ask help from the others, but they're able to help pretty fine because it's. And as you head back towards the main, you open the front door, and there's a man standing outside.
Oh, do you recognize him?
No,
Oh, I think
you do not recognize him.
I've just had a. Okay. Sorry. I've just had a moment. I think I know what's happening. Is he elven?
Yes, he is.
Does he have any weapons on him? Or does he look especially suspicious?
He's looking at you, and his eyes are as wide as dinner plates.
This
Can we help you?
And then he looks scared, and then he just sighs and goes, I was hoping this was going to be so much easier.
I'm gonna immediately draw my sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Trying to get to the body before us. Make it look like she's been damaged somehow, or like stabbed.
I gently set the coffin down upright and draw both short swords and just like,
Yeah,
not cool, man.
yeah. There's a serious contrast between the way you're very gently put the coffin down, and then as you turn around and take out your short swords, there's suddenly this air of violence that we come to expect from Gatron.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone roll initiative.
Was it Kymus? Did he command you to do this?
Initiative.
He says nothing. He just charges. Everyone roll.
I thought
9.
no better of him. 22.
One elf's gonna die tonight.
22. Oh wow. Okay. Kai, who has the higher? Lowry has the higher.
Larry has the higher.
Yeah. So how far away from us is he?
He's right next to us, I think.
He's no, he's on the sort of other side of the pathway up.
Okay.
Which is about 50 feet, I'd say.
That's perfect range.
Yeah, I wouldn't fireball right next to the childhood home of your artificer.
Yeah, especially because it's filled with all kinds of liquid which could do who knows what.
I don't know. It's like it'll be 50 feet away. It'll be fine. I think.
Total party kill.
Unfortunately, the assassin is charging at you first, and is charging at you fast.
Right, I could.
Also, Tom, we haven't had a long rest since the events of last night, have we?
Last night was a long rest, I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but have we had a long rest since then? Okay, so as soon as I cast a spell, something interesting is going to happen. Because I used my Tides of Chaos.
You are literally going.
When did you use the Tides of Chaos again?
To try and because when he tried to paralyze us, I used it to resist the save.
Oh, that's right! Oh, shit! Okay, well, either way, the assassin is going to go first, and he's immediately seeing the main danger, which in this case is Lowry. He's going to get out his short sword and is going to try and attack you. The first one is a 21.
Oof.
A 21.
Yes.
Damn. Okay,
I
so
imagine
yeah,
that hits.
that does in fact hit. Yeah.
Okay, so he is going to do. There it is. Oh Jesus! He's going to do 9 piercing damage,
Oh, okay.
and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution
oh.
20 plus 2. Oh, that could be better.
Ooh.
He did 9 damage first, didn't he?
Yeah, 9 damage first, and then the. No, it is. Yeah, he is going to do 29 poison damage on top of that.
I'm sorry, what?
Wait, what? 20? How much?
29.
Yo, I'm on 0 health.
As he
Damn!
runs straight towards you.
You just fucking guts me on the spot. Sorry.
Yeah, it just goes.
You speak.
Yeah, so he lunges at you, and you can feel something within your insides just horribly like as then you just collapse.
Does anyone here have a healing potion?
Not I.
I have spells.
I've got whiskey. That's it.
Not. I don't think now's the time to worry about that.
That's
Is
gonna be
this
the end.
assassin man going to make another attack?
No. That is
okay.
So death save time for Lowry, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, already. Jesus, I apologize. It's the T-Rex all over again, only possibly worse.
It wasn't me that got down first for once.
Oh no.
Okay, so it's so Lowry, that's a failure.
Yep.
Kai, up to you. He's
Okay.
now right up in your face.
How close?
Well, he's basically just in front of the entrance now, about 10 feet away.
10 feet. Okay. Well, I guess I'm casting Chaos Bolt.
All right.
Yeah, probably a bit too close for a fireball to.
To be safe.
Yeah. Wait, I've forgotten my attack modifier. I apologize. Give me a second.
You're fine. Take your time. I'm just thinking of all the different ways Gadrin's gonna kill this fool.
28.
That hits.
Nice.
Uh, 11.
I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use a sorcery point to empower that and upgrade that 4 and that 2. Okay.
For a 4 and a 2.
Actually ended up exactly the same, so that was a waste of sorcery points, but 11 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me get my spell slots up.
Okay. And
Yep, I know what happens. I'll get to that in a second.
just do your spell slots first, and then do
Yeah. Damn, I should have
upgrade.
upcast. Damn.
Oh well, that's fine.
Okay. Hold on, let me get my book first.
That's okay. I'm getting up the wild magic chart here.
Another
Yeah, got it
Rodron
on me.
appears.
Please, another one.
Got, where's the wild? There it is. Go ahead. Roll for it. It's roll your D100.
Yep. 52.
52.
A spectral shield hovers near you for the next minute, granting you a +2 bonus to AC.
And immunity to magic missile.
Yes.
In this one,
Okay.
as well.
I don't think that you would necessarily have to worry about magic missile in this matchup.
So yeah, as I kind of cast the spell, I just get covered by a shield, something like my mage armor, but not entirely.
Some of the chaos just kind of surrounds you, and it's not the usual purple sort of polygonal shield. It's sharper. It's got a few spikes on it. It's a very dark violet.
Yeah.
What type of damage was the cast bolt?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Let me go. So I got a 5 and a 4, meaning I could go for either force or lightning. I think lightning.
Okay, so as you see Larry go down, there's the same fury within you that you felt during the Prospax attack.
Yeah.
Surges from within you as you point your fingers. Lightning bolts just shoot out of your hand and just jolt him to pieces like, sorry, kid, you know damn well this wasn't personal.
You can leave.
I'm afraid I can't.
Okay, I'll look to.
Jameson, you're up.
All right. I'm going to make a medicine check here to try and stabilize Lowry.
Ooh, good.
He's.
I have to laugh
Yep.
because I'm pretty sure I've made the most like stabilizing checks as the rogue.
Yeah. Well, either way, you're fine, Lowry. You are now stable.
They're
You're
not
able,
conscious.
you're able to just grab something within the house that seems to be labeled as some sort of antidote, and just kind of shut her throat as she seems to at least no longer be having any sort of fever.
All right.
Gatron,
Okay.
up to you.
Yeah,
Well, can I use my bonus action to conceal myself here?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
An 18, and he is going to roll a. He rolls a nat 1 on perception. Clearly, those lightning bolts did a lot to him. As you were
Yeah.
zapping him, you basically do the antidote, and then immediately, as he can't see, you were able to just climb straight up onto the roof.
I'm just going to kind of look at Gadron. I think I might even need you to take an attack for me here.
Well, at the moment, Gadron's about to take a wild swing at this man for.
Yeah.
That hits.
Yep, and I'm gonna use a dodecahedron of dominance. Well, not dodecahedron, an octahedron of dominance.
Octahedron, yeah.
Yep, and I'm going to make it a goading attack.
All right.
Oh, also, I have my Tides of Chaos back now, don't I?
Yes.
Okay.
Forward.
Might be needing those again.
Four plus 5, so 9. So 9 slashing.
Oh yeah, because you didn't have to. So 9 slashing.
Yeah.
I imagine that's just your first
Yeah, that's a
attack.
goad.
You're able to go again.
Yeah, it's
does
a
he-
goading
does he
attack.
have to-
He needs
Oh,
to
Yeah,
make.
do we have to make a save?
Yeah.
Wisdom save.
Yeah,
Remind me what the DC is?
DC 15.
15. That cocked. He rolls a. Oof. He doesn't get a modifier on that. He rolls a 4.
Oh. If I were with a 4, I don't think the modifier mattered.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Yeah. So now he'll have disadvantage
That was
again.
I mean, he doesn't have.
He'll have disadvantage fighting it against anything except me.
He's like, well, I suppose you're the biggest threat here.
Yeah,
I'll
get-
take you out next.
Yeah, Gadrin just glares at him. You better believe I am.
And as you go for another attack,
14.
14. You just swing another swing, and he just ducks out the way like, oh wow, I didn't. Oh yeah, you guys are reckless. Just as I expected from you, half orcs.
Yeah, shut up!
And you go right for him, and this one hits.
All right.
That timed really well.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you're not doing the same sort of happy fun time fighting like in the Blade of Viper's Lair. This time you are just want him dead.
And it's 11 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're good. Intense fight scene.
Oh wow.
All right. Yeah, and I'm going to action surge.
Oh geez, yeah.
17.
That hits.
All right. Ten slashing.
Yeah, okay.
That's a nat 1.
Hang on a sec.
That's not a good thing to happen now.
Yeah, okay. So roll a d100 for me.
51.
You did 50. Okay, you're already there. So, as you are going so wild with your attacks, hitting a few times, missing the others, the very last one, as you're trying to deal a killing blow, he just narrowly ducks and stab your sword straight into the ground. Roll a strength check.
Okay. 23.
23. Yeah, you were able to just at that moment you just go and just pull it out. Yeah, you are like that. No one is like they have not seen you this furious before, and it's kind of scary.
Yep. I think I have one last attack on this action surge.
Oh boy. Okay, so that one hits. Yeah, this one hits.
Yep.
It's a 19.
And,
Shame you didn't go for champion. That would have been a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But I
that'll
would have
matter.
also...
Yeah, but then you can get the executions of dominance.
Yeah.
Yep. For 8 slashing damage.
All
How hurts he looking?
right. Yeah, you've done some. You did some. Yeah. He's definitely been hit quite a few times. He's got a lot of cuts, especially around the arms and chest area, but he is still standing.
Yeah, and Gadrin is... Gadrin is... He just looks at him with pure fury in his eyes.
Yeah, they're like you have not been this angry for years.
Mm-hmm. That ends my turn.
Yes. Okay. So, and now it is back up to
Our
the assassin. He goes, not bad, I guess. But now, let me show you what I can do. He says that, but as you do that, you're just able to block it with your sword. And he's going to try and go ahead again. This one's going to hit. So he's going to deal he's going to just barely get you in what a small chink of your armor. And he is going to deal 8 piercing damage. Roll a constitution save for me, please.
Okay. $12.
12. Oh dear.
Oh no, is this going to be a similar...
This is going to be 24 poison damage.
So 24 plus 9?
Yes. So in total, it's going to be...
They're still up?
Yep.
He's still alive? Oh, phew.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be just kind James.
No. Luckily, he's got by far the most HP out of everyone in the party.
Yeah.
That's the goading attack. He's got
Yeah.
he's got 17 HP. Out of
Oh,
50.
Okay, yeah. He's okay. He's okay.
Yep. He doesn't even really notice the poison. He's still quite furious.
Yeah, he's just deliberately ignoring all the pain, and just focusing on kill this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Lowry, make your next sleep.
Lowry's
Oh,
stable.
no, you're stabilized.
Yeah, Lowry's stable.
I have no idea what you can do now.
I was literally about to ask.
I don't.
I
What
probably
happened?
can't.
Yeah,
I probably can't
do you
cast
know?
like a healing spell on myself.
I mean, the thing is about death saves is that if you roll a nat 20 on a death save, you get restored to 1 HP.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of wondering if maybe you kept rolling, even if you were stable, in case that happens.
I'll look it up. D&D stable stabilizing a creature.
Right.
A stable creature doesn't make death saving throws even though it has 0 hit points, but it does remain unconscious. They stop being stable and must... So they stop being stable and must take saving... Words! They stop being stable and must take death saving throws again if they take any damage. A creature that isn't healed regains 1 hit point after 1d4 rounds, so I just do nothing until I'm healed, I think.
Okay.
Which is not good because we don't have any healing means.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the short rests afterwards.
Or perhaps we could find.
I mean, you
something
guys
in-house.
have a week. You guys have a week. It can be a long rest. You're a week in advance.
Not in this situation right now, though.
In theory, on paper, we have a week. We'll see from there.
Yeah.
But at the moment,
In the
we have a
meantime,
very rude
I
assessment.
feel like they're not about to give us a fair trial still.
I was gonna say in the
I
meantime.
don't know. It might not be the whole of the government, and just that one person who's trying
Yeah,
to
that's true.
caught out.
Yeah, a lot of them were very. I mean, one of them literally cast a Zone of Truth.
Yeah, my
On the
question is, why couldn't they have cast the Zone of Truth on him?
Well, because then it would ruin their preconceived notions.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or the elves are just too stupid to like realize. That's gonna be Kai's impression that all elves are just stupid. But yeah, anyway. So whose turn is it?
So the assassin
Is
just
it down
went,
to me now?
and Lowry went to. Yes, it's you.
I love how there's
Okay.
a solid block of dice rolls from Quadruin.
Yeah. Okay. I have plenty of spell slots, so I think I'm just gonna cast another Chaos Bolt, but this time I'm going to upcast it to level 3.
Ooh, never seen this
Well,
before.
actually, no, level 2 because
Not enough Vespene gas.
no, level 3. Never mind. I was like, I want to save my Tides of Chaos in case I need it for if I get hit by an attack. But I'm just gonna. I've made a decision. I'm just gonna not get hit by an attack.
Nice. Damn, why did I do that? Well, I know for next time.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, I'm just gonna attack him with a level 3 Chaos Bolt, with Tides of Chaos equipped to make it to give advantage.
All right.
That's a 22.
Yeah, that hits. Roll for damage. It's gonna be-
Okay, and I'm going to spend another sorcery point to reroll. Fuck it, I'm getting greedy. I'll reroll both d8s and 1d6.
All right.
Hey! Okay, the 6 was the same.
Six didn't change anything.
Yeah.
But
So okay,
good call. So in total, that will be.
I'm using the bot as a calculator. Give me a second.
That's a nice way to put it.
25, I think, ain't it? Because the only thing that
20
stayed the same is 10.
25 damage, and we're gonna. Oh, I got a 6. I'm gonna give him a taste of his own medicine. 86 poison damage.
Oh.
No, not 86. Sorry, but 25 poison damage.
That's
And you know what?
quite a lot.
Because I feel bad, I'm gonna make him roll something. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Okay, and I do have one final roll to make.
I made him roll a.
Okay,
Yep.
15.
Okay, so let me just. Yeah, he that knocked him down. He starts looking really green now, and some of the wounds that were previously red are starting to go green.
How's it fucking feel? I'll just seethe at him.
I see your point.
Point.
No, back to you.
I see that enemy got the point.
I guess
you
since
didn't
I'm
do the
gonna
proper.
Since I'll be attacking from stealth here, I got advantage.
Yes, you do.
Plus, let me see what it was here. 7.
That hits.
Well, that's
No,
that'd be a 13.
Six
Yeah,
plus- That's 13. That if it's a 13, it's gonna miss, unfortunately.
yeah. It'd be that way sometimes. Having missed, I guess I'll just try and hide again.
Wait, so 17 missed?
Move to cover. It
No,
was
wait, no,
It wasn't a 17, it was a 13.
Didn't do that. He missed. Did the
the keep
cooldown,
close
so it
one
should-
thing I
so it's
goofed on.
20. So what do you do now? You hiding again?
I'm just gonna try and move out of sight. I don't.
Well, let's see. What's his perception? Yeah, no, he still doesn't see you.
He's kind of writhing in pain at the moment.
Yeah, the fact he's currently like his veins are starting to sort of block up at this point, and now he has to deal with this giant hulking rage demon in front of him.
Speaking of which, it's his turn.
Yes, I was about to say.
That's a hit. I'm going to use another.
Champion, that. But yeah, go ahead, roll for damage.
Yeah, and it's going to be another octahedron of dominance for a spooky attack.
I'm never gonna get tired of you saying that.
for 9 slashing, and now he has to make a DC 15 Wisdom save to avoid getting spooked.
All right. Wisdom. Oh yeah, he rolled a 6. He failed.
Yeah. So Gadrin just stabs the sword into his shoulder, shoves him onto the ground, glares into his eyes, and says, "You really think that you can pull a stunt like that, not only against my French family, but against her? You really don't know who you're dealing with."
I was.
Yeah, nat 20.
Oh! Please can Gadrin's final line before he kills him just be "Welcome to the sea."
Maybe.
Welcome to the sea.
What's the policy on a crit roll like this?
You double all the dice.
Alright. For 10 slashing.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah, he's going to he pulls out the other sword and then just starts hacking him to pieces, just like absolutely eviscerating him, and bits of blood fly outside, fly inside. Some of it splatters on Gadrin, and eventually his rib cage, his stomach, and his neck are all unrecognizable, though his face still remains.
So you guys watch on, no remorse whatsoever, as Gadrin is literally turning this man into mincemeat.
Fuck this guy.
Like, you can tell that he's going so violently on it that he's starting to powder the man's bones.
I'm gonna land it.
It's a almost literal blender of fury.
Bro,
Can I take my dagger and join in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna join in with my magic knife and just slashing at this guy.
This lasts for about 45 seconds before Gadrin decides he's had enough.
Okay. Question: can you heal with a medical check or a medicine check, or would you need a medicine check for that?
I think that's just like that's just up to the DM. I think.
I think it should depend on the role.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, I think it's like after an hour, any unconscious character regains health.
Yeah, like 1 HP or something.
Yeah.
Gadrin's breathing heavily at this display.
Yeah. Very quickly, Kai, I need to ask you to make 1 con save.
1 con save. Okay.
Bro, we could have done with that body as evidence, but
the face is intact.
Oh, okay.
We didn't.
Just pour a bucket of organs onto the table.
So this motherfucker. Anyway, as for that con save, I have a +5. 19.
Okay. Nothing happens. You,
I don't
strong smell, but you're able to just ignore it. I was just seeing whether or not you puke at the side of what you
that was my thought it was going to be.
But no, you're fine.
I'm too angry. I'm too angry to feel sick.
Gadrin. Gadrin flicks his swords out outside to flick the blood off, resheathes them, and grabs the dude's head, holds it level with his, and just says, "That's what you ever get." And drops him, and then just just sits.
Can I see if there's some kind of like medical stuff here? Because as we established before, I don't think any of us have any kind of healing potions or anything.
Make an investigation check.
That's a 15 from looks of things.
Yeah.
You do just kind of poke around in the cupboards after climbing down, and
I'm still in the middle of the
as
game.
looking through, eventually you do come across a helpfully labeled standard potion of healing.
Alright, I'll go ahead and administer it to our unconscious friend here. What's the roll for the...
Let me see.
Isn't it like 2d4 plus something?
Let's check. Healing, 85th edition. It's 2d4 plus 2.
Nice.
I tell you, something's gone wrong here. I can't take a life anymore, but boy, I can apparently save them.
Thank you. That is our remaining 10 health.
It's elf
don't
country. What are you
complain.
gonna do?
I mean,
I think just
that's good because we got another guy in for the whole taking lives bit.
And speaking of him, he's going to use his second wind for 7 HP.
How late is it?
Right now, the sun has started to set again, and you guys haven't eaten all day.
Yeah. Well, I ate him myself.
What do you say?
I had a ration of myself.
Okay, but everyone else has not had anything.
Is Larry awake yet?
Right, hope so. That was
Larry-
10 health administered.
Larry,
Okay.
sorry?
I think yeah. Well, as soon as the kind of was it a potion you used? What was
Yeah,
it?
it was a
Yeah, it was a healing potion.
As soon as the potion just kind of hits my lips, I imagine Larry would probably just get up, kind of, he's like, what's going on?
We killed him, Larry.
Yeah,
On your
Gad-
shoulder, it's okay. He's
Just kind of yeah.
Taken out.
Look around.
Larry! And he hugs her a bit tighter than he used. Than he did
He's
before.
organs.
Just kind of a bit flustered, just like, thank you. Sorry, I don't really know what happened.
Gadget.
You got hit by a poisoned blade. One thing we know is that they're not playing fair.
Yeah, Gadrin releases his hug and just says, "Yeah, he got me. He got me pretty good."
Are we feeling safe to sleep here? I don't know if I would. They might come back.
I think we should get going.
Yes.
I can probably wait just quickly. I'll cast healing word on. Does Gadron still need to healing?
I have
He's
24 out of
still
50 HP, so
I can heal you. I'm just kind of like seeing your wounds, I guess. Are any of you? Is anyone else injured?
No.
Okay.
I took it all.
Also, as my kind of shield blinks away, I'll just say, and also, I don't know if anyone else noticed, but it happened again. An unintended effect of one of my spells.
Well, I don't know.
At least this one is something the DM can handle.
That wasn't what I intended to do. I intended to just shoot him with a spell, but It gave me a shield of some kind. I'm not complaining.
Question: did he wield one weapon or two?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, that's true. You could take that sword, couldn't you?
Just while you're rolling, I'll just kind of having seen
Where
my
were these rolls when I had pluses?
oh
You find, sure enough, a knife. The same boy's knife, and also a crossbow. And you check his pockets, and there is a vial of poison.
Alright, so you said that someone was talking to me. I heard poison knife, crossbow, vial of poison.
Yes. The crossbow's poisoned as well, so just be careful.
Okay. I would like to go and retrieve the pelt, the owlbear pelt, and kind of carefully wrap the weapons in it so we don't have any accidents with it. Keep the vial on my person.
It reminds me of the one gif of the one Japanese who was like, the poison on my dagger is so it's so powerful it can kill an elephant. He just does a bunch of cool posing, and then he just kind of licks it and goes, I shouldn't have licked that.
Oh dear.
Yeah, do not lick the dagger for flavor.
Okay, so then I'll put
icon, he could survive.
probably.
Speaking of how much did never mind, I lost it. I'm going senile, don't worry about me.
But yeah, I'm just going to. Yeah, we should probably leave. We can set up camp somewhere around here on the road.
Yeah, again.
It might be better if we just take shifts and keep going.
I don't know. Can we? I don't know. We need rest at some point. I'm already tired from being awoken last night and not getting any sleep
Most of you
since.
guys are hungry as well.
Yeah.
So what's the plan here? Sorry, I'm still not quite.
We go back and we tell them exactly what this motherfucker did.
Yeah, got your nuts and up. Yeah, so how are we gonna put him in the car without getting blood all over everything?
I don't think you've left us that option. It'd be probably just as gruesome. We could just take the head.
We should probably rest for the night first.
I'd rather rest away from this house. Who knows who they might send?
Well, I imagine if they sent someone to
Larry, at that point you remember something.
Oh yeah.
Something that your dad implemented.
Oh.
You go ahead and check, and sure enough, you imagine that he must have simply forgotten to turn it on when he left. You press it, and an energy field just surrounds the house.
Oh, I forgot about this. I think we should be fine. I don't think anything's getting through this.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident in my father's abilities.
Well, if you are, then so am I.
And I doubt they'd send someone else unless they were expecting this guy to return within a few hours.
I suppose it's just I'm just concerned that they might do something after this one didn't report back.
Maybe. If we're only staying here if we're only staying here for no more than 8 hours, we should be fine. I doubt they expect him to get back instantly.
Gadget.
Well, he was teleported in though, so who says they didn't plan to teleport him out?
Gadget looks up with an idea. Larry, did I keep any sticks? Like long sticks?
I mean,
I feel like I know where this is going.
yes.
Where
Why?
Yeah, just give me one.
I mean, there is a picket fence. There is a picket fence that just stretches across the path.
would we have any sort of like iron rods or anything? I feel like we'd like could have some sort of like.
Yes, you would have a few like unused pipes
Hmm,
and rods that you could
what-
use.
Wait, what? Wait, no, wait. Okay, what kind of rods do you have in mind? Like wood or
Yeah,
metal or
just
hollow or?
Just something I can mount this on, and I hold up the eviscerated remains of Pretentious.
It's like a scarecrow.
Okay,
Made
maybe
of
if I
blood.
and I'll run out and I'll run into the house and grab a pipe. I feel like a picket fence wouldn't be quite as impressive as like a metal rod. It's just like on a tiny. It's just like shoved on a tiny picket fence. Okay, yeah, I'll come back out with like a metal rod.
Yeah, I grabbed the rod.
Not to be the nagging voice of reason here, but I don't think parading an elf corpse into an elf city would be the best way of going about it.
We'll hide it. That'll be great. And I grab the pipe. I stick it in the grass in front of the house, and I hang the remains on it.
It's fine for now. We can
It's a warning, you could call it.
we can hide it later.
We, some rival pirate gangs that, some pirate gangs that my dad and I ran into would have these on their fronts.
Just be careful that we don't lose it, even to wild animals.
I left it inside. I left it inside the shield, so.
Well, I don't know what the shield does, to be quite honest. I mean, it may keep out attackers, but what about animals?
Yeah, Gadrin pats Jameson on the back. You worry too much. We'll scare them away too.
Depends on the animal, I suppose.
Yeah, Gadrin goes up to the. Gadrin goes up to the guest room. Yeah, to check if the beds are still. You have to check if it's the same as he remembers it.
Okay, so is everyone just sleeping now?
I just want to check
is
Barnaby's.
Just grabbing a few snacks. From
Lowry, do you know how to work that strange device that cooked food?
The oven? Yeah, that's
In that case, maybe you could cook us something.
sure. Yes. Sorry. Where am I at? Yes. You. Yeah. You all go and get ready and chill. You've done more than enough with that fight. I think I should start pulling my weight somewhat. You all go chill.
Don't
grab
worry
some
about
food
the flour.
and we can go relax upstairs.
Okay.
And we have a decent
my
eight
horse.
Yeah,
Is my horse okay? I want to make sure that nothing bad happened to him when this dude came up.
So, quick question: had you detached him from the carriage before you'd enter the house?
No.
Okay, so yeah, he's still there. He's currently turned away, just munching at a few bushes that are still within the field. He turns around and he just kind of turns and it just kind of freezes as he sees. Well, he seems to have missed the initial carnage. So now he's turned around and just sees his body just mounted on a stake. And then he turns to you and goes, "What the fuck did you do?" Doesn't actually say it, but the eyes say everything.
I'm gonna kind of unhook him from the cart and take the lead and direct him to the other side of the house, so we don't have to see that and time to the fence there, and kind of pet him to calm him down a little bit.
He obeys, but his eyes do not. His gaze does not leave the new scarecrow.
No, I want it like out of the line of sight of him, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and eventually you do take him around, so there's a few more new bushes, and he just immediately forgets about it when he sees, oh, new food.
Alright, good. I've decided on a name for him.
Oh boy.
His name will be Barnaby.
Nice.
I can't tell you why, but that's just the name that came to mind.
Barnaby Barnaby the sarcastic horse.
All right.
Yeah. So did you go up to the guest room as well, Kai?
Yes.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
And wait, is there a pen and paper anywhere in here?
Yeah, there's quite a few stacks lying around.
Okay.
Well, when you get up there, you also see Gadrin sitting on the edge of one of the guest beds, looking down at his hands, almost in a delayed reaction to what he just did.
I'm just gonna, to pass the time, I'm just going to start writing something.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Kai.
Yes.
When you blasted those two bladed vipers way back in Shadington,
Yes.
I think I understand your fury now.
I'm glad you do.
Gadrin, gives a gentle smile in Kai's direction, and then, just lays down his bed to look at the ceiling.
I think I felt much the same way about the man we just encountered. Well, I hesitate to call him a man.
You're gonna have a lot of explaining to do when we get back.
There. Well, at least that Camus is. And I'm going to continue with my writing, and I suppose I'll just wait for the food to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be a classic teenager and wait to get called down for dinner.
Well, I like if anything better. I guess Jameson will go see if there's any help that's needed in preparing the food.
No.
Yeah, sorry, didn't realize I was muted.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine I'm probably, like, when you head down, Lara's probably just finishing chopping up, like, vegetables or something ready to be put in, like, a stew. Maybe some, like... Sorry, I don't, like, cook enough to, like, know what I'd be making. But, yeah, and it's, like, it's almost ready, it's just kind of a matter of leaving it and waiting, and I'm, kind of seeing you enter, she'd probably just go, "Oh, perfect timing, it's, I've just finished, we've just got to leave it for 10 or so minutes. So we can just head out and chill, I guess. Chill, like, relax. If we maybe, I don't know, just sit down in the living room and chat for a while.
Sounds good. Jameson will go ahead and head that way.
Yeah, I'll go get the others, and then I'll head up and let the
Okay. Okay. I'll come down and
Yeah. Gadrin will as well.
It was already explained roughly how the oven worked in terms we'd understand, right?
I don't think it was actually. I don't know.
I feel like
It certainly wasn't terms Gadrin could understand.
I feel like Conroy explained a little bit about it at some point.
Yeah. Well, if there's anything you don't know, I'm sure Nike can explain just what you need to do to make it work. The actual full-on mechanics of it is something you guys can just kind of.
Oh shit! I'm making a stew. Stews don't fucking go in the oven. What am I doing?
Something is really dry.
Yeah. Okay, we'll say it was a lasagna or something. There we go. I don't think these details are that important.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
No, I'm gonna make these details important. Tom, have I ever had a lasagna before?
Honestly, I was concerned about have we ever had a lasagna.
Gadrin certainly hasn't.
This is the most important role of the campaign.
Have you had lasagna? I want that written in your character sheet.
These are the details that matter.
Yeah.
I think I'd be more concerned if Larry's ever made a lasagna before.
9.
You have not.
Damn. No lasagna.
You have not had lasagna before.
This tastes strange, but it's good.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Just so we know what everyone thinks of it, can I have everyone roll con saves? Nothing bad's actually going to happen if you roll low. It's just how much you like it. Okay, no, you love it.
Okay, well, 19 plus plus 4.
That is not how you
So
roll.
that'd be 24.
So Kai, you find it interesting. Lowry, you already know you like it because you're making it.
This is true, but I can dislike my own cooking. That's
That's true. Maybe this one goes wrong slightly, but yeah, it's all very well done. Kai, it's kind of weird. You've never had the weird soft yellow things you've never had before. It's a very unique recipe.
Yeah.
Tomatoes and mincemeat are used to, but the things in between, the weird cake-like substance, is strange. But you do enjoy it. No,
I'll just look over at Gadrin.
no, you might have had this. You might not. Nothing in your memory is being triggered for that, but it's still really good. Gadron, you said there's a +4, so in total it's a 23, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the others don't even get halfway through before you just hawked yours down. You're like, you don't even normally like tomatoes, and yet somehow the way it's mixed in just works.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at Gadrin and say, would have thought you could do without the tomatoes after what you went through earlier.
You would think so, but some, it's not that bad. Maybe I'd like them more if Larry kept making them.
Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of which, your trousers still haven't fully recovered from that. There is a strange red-shaped stain in the carriage and now on this seat.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, I think that redness is replaced with the rustiness of blood.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably.
true. Right now it's overshadowed.
I'm probably also just covered in blood, aren't I?
Yeah, you guys you two are definitely the messiest looking right now.
We indulged in some dismemberment.
And see, you guys thought that Jameson was the one being the bad influence. No.
Kai's actually the bad influence on Jameson.
The worst you could accuse him is he's like the cool aunt that lets you sip some wine from their glass. Like that's the worst he's guilty of at the moment.
And meanwhile, Gadrin is the guy who just showed him how to dismember somebody.
He's the crazy uncle who lets the kids play with guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gadrin would be
Lowry's the only sensible one. Lowry's the only good influence that Guy's getting.
Larry's just the mom. I just say.
Lowry's the team mom of the group.
As we saw, as soon as Lowry goes down, Kevin and Guy start dismembering a dead body.
It's funny because when Gadrin initially met her, there wasn't really much reason to go off the handle.
Yeah, she's like, oh, this person can't do much, but okay.
Yeah, but there's right now there's a little bit more of a connection.
Yep.
Okay, but yeah, in any case, I'm going to wolf down the food,
and you guys at this point you can feel the exhaustion.
Yeah.
Well, think it's time to hit the deck. I'll see. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow.
Yes.
Yep.
I will see you as well.
Okay. Again, thank you for sticking with me through all of this.
It's okay, Lowry. We'll stick together no matter what.
Without you guys, if you hadn't stuck with me, I literally would have died back there. I can't thank you enough.
Hey,
James. I'll give Lowry a hug, and we can't let that happen, can we?
Of course not.
Okay, thank you. If you guys leave your stuff down here, I can have a look at it. I've had some ideas recently, and I think I've got some interesting kind of things I'd like to try out with them.
Gadrin unsheaths his short swords and sets them on the table. By all means.
Nice. Okay, thank you. I'll have a look at those tonight at some point before I head to bed.
Good. Well, see you tomorrow.
And yeah.
Okay.
Good night. And yeah, I will go up and head to sleep.
And as usual, Gadrin sleeps like construction equipment.
I'm gonna retract my statement to and retcon into I sleep as best I can.
Well, with how tired you are, eventually your own fatigue just drowns out the current sound of the asphalt being drilled into.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll leave my my rapier, I guess. Don't forget to get some rest yourself.
We'll do. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. You need it after the blow you took.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Well, I suppose you can take a bit of solace in that I gave him a taste of that poison.
I don't entirely understand, but thank you.
Magic can take many forms.
Alright, so as you guys go off to bed, exhausted.
Roll initiative.
No, he's not that mean, right?
No, I made it very clear that I usually try to keep one big battle for long rest. I rarely have more than one fight, and if I do, it's going to be smaller fights. And you guys pop off to bed, and that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Okay, yeah, that was good.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I can give. Wait a second, I'll just post this in general. I can do give each of you one of these. Just whichever one. Just if you just write whichever one you'd rather have.
I know which one I want. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hand you my ring.
I feel like the only one I can gain any benefit from is the enhanced weapon.
Yeah.
Hey, you have armor.
I'll just write these down on my thing.
Yeah, I can't get enhanced defense because I don't use armor.
And you
have armor, you can use that.
See, but the thing is, the armor is my clothes, so I'd rather. Yeah, and Gadget's thinking more. Gadget thinks more offense than defense.
Keep in mind, you guys do already have magic weapons now.
Yeah.
That would just.
We could make it a +2.
Also, is there any mechanics related to using the Assassin's Blade? I'm just really curious about that.
The Assassin's Blade?
Yeah, the poison knife used.
The dagger.
Because if so, that is a weapon for Nor right there.
I think that more just comes from the poison itself being...
That's true, actually, yeah.
And granted, we do have...
We do have a vial.
I do have the vial of it, but first and foremost, it's evidence first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we can try and learn how to reproduce it.
You know.
Also, the part of this session that I'm proudest of is I managed to resist making the Garfield oven joke.
I love how that's what you focus on.
Why did they?
Yeah,
you have no idea how tempted I was to say that line.
I'd like to retcon my leaving the rapier instead, having left the studded leather instead, because I would like a little boost to my defense.
Okay, I'll write that down.
And so the ring now is it's like a gold ring, not like real gold. It's just metal that looks like gold with like a small diamond inlaid into it. So so feel free to make any aesthetic changes to that you want.
Okay, I'm reading this. I am reading this caption, and I have no idea what the
fuck. I think you just woke up that morning and had a stroke.
I feel like that's what I'm having right now.
No, because it's simple. Why do they call it oven when you in the cold food and out hot heat the food?
Yeah, no, that's crazy. It's weird.
No, it's plain in English. It's
not English though.
No, he has a point.
It's not English.
Now, see, here's the thing. I've played so much League of Legends that I can actually understand what they're trying to say here.
I could understand it after after a
I
bit of
don't play
translation.
online games, and when I do it with voice chat.
Yeah, well, I would like to put a quote here of what was said in one of the games that has become a legendary quote. This was one of the things that was said to us in one of the games.
Don't
So you can see how garbled language, like,
Yeah, we
eventually,
have-
like you begin to learn what they say.
In all of our servers, we have a full channel of like things people have said to us playing Counter-Strike.
Oh dear.
I'm trying to find some good ones. I think this is my favourite message I've ever received. This.
I have several.
Well, interesting.
I am so glad Rachel does not follow these channels.
It's such good English.
Oh boy.
But you see, when you play it enough, you can get what they're trying to say. You
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah, as much as it hurts you to read.
See, it's no longer hurt. It's kind of like when you have a new a field worker, you're trying to figure out some what do they call hieroglyphs?
Yeah.
Versus the veteran who's like, oh yeah, bird sunrise, tombstone river. Ah, I know what that means. It's like,
Yeah, I
It
think,
reminds me of like that one Dragon Ball meme when Vegeta goes, "He's speaking the language of the gods."
oh no,
yeah, I think that Garfield image is quite possibly my favourite image of all time.
I mean, I don't blame you.
It's grand. There's nothing else like it.
Oh, that part's certainly true.
Why do they call it oven?
Yeah,
When you oven the cold food, off out hot, eat the food.
your mention of it actually reminded me. I have that exact thing in my reactions.
Yeah, I thought so. Surprised.
He is speaking the language of gods.
Yeah, anyway, thanks for the session, Tom. It
Yeah,
was fun.
I
And,
liked it.
you've made
You guys got a
Kai,
week-long journey ahead of you.
yeah, you've made Kai racist against elves.
Congratulations. Gadrin was more geographicist, where he hates inlanders. And so he sees us as an extension of inlander hubris.
Oh god, Kai's like probably the person he hates most then. Kai's as far inland as it's possible to
Well,
get.
see, the problem is when he met Kai, he was more focused on his combat ability and then just learned to appreciate him as a rune.
Fair enough, yeah.
He didn't even know he was from Prospects, or indeed what Prospects even was.
Yeah, fair enough.
Honestly, I'm still very proud of the fact that Gadrin eviscerated that guy.
Yeah, Gadrin destroyed in that fight, Christ. Like, that guy just, yeah.
I'm going to say fighters are boring. I love fighters.
Yeah, I mean, it can get a bit boring, but it gets boring when you're out of abilities and all you can do is attack over and over again, but I just love those moments where you just get like 6 attacks in on one turn.
Yeah. See the thing.
When that one shot we did, and I basically just literally pulverized a dragon's head, where I kept going after he was dead, stopped for a quick second, and then kept going.
Yeah, see, I've had like 7 attacks in one turn before by using action surge while hasted.
Yeah, see,
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so you get See, the thing is, combat. Yeah, combat to me is often I view as an extension of role playing a bit. Hence why I have Gadrin comments often.
And I try and do that. I obviously. I use spells and do things that Kai would have no idea how to do, but I kind of see that as like he's not entirely in control of the magic. It's kind of got its own will a bit.
I especially liked how when when the assassin dared to smart mouth Gadrin, he yeah, it was a shut up and then the hit.
Yeah.
What's the maximum number of attacks?
I mean, you ended it with a completely unnecessary nat 20.
Yeah.
How much damage
Like,
did
he
I
was
need
on
to kill him
2
before
HP.
the hit?
2 HP. You literally, like, if you just hit him, he would have been dead, guaranteed. But no, you just wanted that. That's why it went from just dead to absolutely pulverized into liquid.
What can I say?
Yeah.
Gadrin's extra.
That he is.
Oh my god, I looked up how many attacks are possible to make in one turn, and it's possible. It's possible to make any 10 attacks by reading a 9th level Scorching Ray scroll, action surging, and making and using the action surge to read out another 9th level Scorching Ray scroll.
If only Gadrin could read.
I love the idea of doing that.
I mean, technically speaking, wouldn't your Chaos Bolt be the most attacks you could do?
That's true.
Theoretically.
You could do infinite with that, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you had perfect rolls and there was enough.
Oh yeah,
time.
I didn't point this out all the time, but one of the main reasons I re-rolled when I rolled 2 4s on my d8 was because I knew that if I had the same number, I would have to jump into someone else, and there was no enemies in the vicinity.
Yeah, it would have had to hit one of you.
So yeah, so I was just like, yeah, let's re-roll that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Even if it means that my one-liner for Relentless Endurance gets held off for another session.
Yeah, oh yeah, you have that, don't you?
Half orc, baby.
But yeah, those two abilities just sync really well together. The Scorching Ray and the Empowered spell. And I'm very happy to have both of those.
Well, it's been fun. I've got some pizza calling my name though. So.